Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bourbons and Ales CLE. I got two guests with me today. My name's Jason. I'm the host of the podcast, and then I have Nick with me.
I'm guest number one.
And my buddy Nate here.
He's guest number two.
Guess number two.
Guest number two. So, so what we do on this podcast, if you're new to it, is we like to talk about bourbon, and then we like to do an Ohio spotlight where we like to talk about something from Ohio. So whether it be a beer, a bourbon, or just something from Ohio that is just something we can spotlight and try to pump up a little bit.
Which one do you want me to show the folks first?
Well, we're going to start off with our bourbon.
This one? Can I borrow this for a second?
Absolutely. So, the bourbon we're going to spotlight today, the bourbon we're going to talk about is New Riff Distillery.
Ooh, that looks pretty.
So, what New Riff is all about, they are out of Newport, Kentucky, established in 2014. They do a regular bourbon, a rye, a single barrel, and they do a malted barley as well. I'm sorry, a malted rye, not a malted barley. The way they brew, or not brew, I'm sorry, the way they distill all their bourbon is they do, it's all done bottled and bond without non-chill filtration. So, do you guys know what bottled and bond means?
You know, I thought I knew what it was, but I love hearing you say what it is.
So bottled and bond means a couple things. Has to be aged for at least 4 years, and it has to be made and distilled and bottled from one distiller and one master distiller. So it's not sourced anywhere. It is made directly at New Riff Distillery, right over the border, right over the river from Cincinnati and Newport, Kentucky. It is a modern age distillery. They're actually in the middle of construction right now, redoing their place.
Hey, Vanna, you're okay. Vanna White, come back over.
He likes to show off the bottle, I guess.
Jeez, oh man.
But it's all good.
That's all good. You want to do this one too?
Yeah, but not for another couple minutes.
All right.
One kind of unique thing that they like to do in some of the bottles I have up here is they do a single barrel program. So if you have a bar or you have a need to buy a whole barrel of bourbon, you can pick out a single barrel and go there, and they make it unique just for you. They give you tastings. You can pick whatever flavor works best.
Where do you go to get that?
New Riff Distillery.
Oh, right, the distillery. You can't just go to your local liquor store and ask them to do it?
No, unless you have a liquor rep, then they can come right to your bar and do it. But,
To your bar.
yeah, if you own a bar.
And what bar did we use that?
So a couple of these are from a bar in Avon Lake called Doghouse Bar and Grill. This one is a barrel pick from downtown Wetzel's in downtown Willoughby, Ohio. And then this one is it's called Silver Grove. So this is a high rye bourbon whiskey that is only available at the distillery.
So you can't get this one from a liquor store or a bar?
Correct.
That's
you can only
ultra rare.
You can only get it at the distillery, yeah.
Can I Vanna White this one?
Absolutely.
I mean, might as well. I mean, geez.
Absolutely.
Why stop now? I mean, you're doing a good job with the other ones.
Don't stop believing.
I would suggest if you
You
ever
didn't even see the bottle.
if you ever go to Newport, Kentucky, to go to New Riff Distillery, right in the same parking lot is the liquor store called the Party Source. It's one of the biggest liquor stores in the country.
Yes. All right, Vanna White, come back over here.
All right, so that is a little bit history behind the bourbon.
Those are the facts.
So what do we do next?
We taste them.
That's the best part, right?
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why I was against. That's why I came here.
I remember there's something I had to chew.
Yeah, the Kentucky Chew.
Kentucky Chew. These are from Kentucky, so you can do the Kentucky Chew.
Now, does anybody know how to do the Kentucky Chew?
I do.
Only West Virginians know how to do the Kentucky Chew.
I was actually taught by Freddie No at.
So actually,
how to do it.
So actually, I was taught that you take the glass when he pours it in, and you breathe through your nose, open your mouth, and breathe through your nose. Then you do some weird thing, and you put it in your mouth and push it around, and
That sounds harder than chewing bubble gum and walking.
yeah, that's how you do it.
So first bourbon we're going to try today is a single barrel pick from the Doghouse Bar and Grill in Avon Lake. This is a single barrel bourbon, 112 proof, and we'll discuss what we taste on here.
So the major difference between these is that you got them in different places. Is that correct?
The major difference is they're all single barrel,
Yeah.
but they're from different barrels, so they got different flavors and different aromas.
Okay, here we go.
So same octane on the gas, but different gas tanks.
They're all different proofs too.
Okay, Vanna. You wanna show the bottle again, Vanna, or you doing all right?
There's one bottle I didn't show, but it probably looks a lot like the other bottles.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
So we're gonna taste this. We're gonna do a smell.
Oh man, that's the good stuff.
Good God, it's like I did some shit. Hey. All right, here we go.
What'd you tell me last week? In order to be a better bourbon drinker, I shouldn't drink beforehand.
Oh, that helps. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what we did today?
Oops.
We drank beforehand because that's what we do.
So I smell a little bit of lemon in there. A little faint citrus. What do you guys get out of there? Remember, you smell with your mouth open.
Oh, see, I already messed it up.
I told you the rules at the beginning of the game.
It's like walking a chewing bubble. I can't do it.
It gets all your senses going at once. So lemon, of course.
Citrus.
Yeah.
Little.
I'm still trying to figure out how to breathe my mouth.
I'm gonna do a little nutty. A little
Nutty?
Little
Yep.
nutty.
Do you get any vanilla out of there? Vanilla.
Little vanilla. Got a little vanilla in there.
Okay.
A little vanilla. Yeah.
I could get a little bean.
Yeah.
Bean action.
All right. So cheers. Let's taste
Cheers. Let's taste it.
All right.
Oh, that's good. Mm. Oh yeah.
Wow.
This is a showstopper right here.
No, the show's gonna keep on going.
Yeah.
So I definitely get a little bit of a nutty flavor, like a walnut flavor, a little bit.
Yep.
Now it's supposed to be the first taste or the second taste you can get
Second
the best
taste.
notes.
Second taste. Typically, you get better notes on it.
Mm.
So
Well, I'm a pretty bland person, so maybe I just better go for the second taste. Oh yeah, second taste. Okay.
any cherry?
Well, I definitely don't feel my nose hairs burning on this one.
That's a good sign.
I'm starting to feel
Cherry.
warm. I'm starting to feel happy. Starting to feel all my problems melting away.
That's only the first bottle. We got 3 left to go.
Was it was cherry and nut?
Nut cherry.
Not cherry?
Not cherry. But nut cherry.
Nut cherry.
That's what comes out the most to me in this.
Okay, I'm starting to get the aftertaste. I think there might be a cherry hiding in there.
You got that vanilla coming out? That vanilla?
No, I got the bean.
Vanilla?
I got the bean on the first taste. Now,
Oh.
now I'm looking for cherries.
You're always looking for cherries.
So what I like about New Riff is they're all different. Since they bottle a lot on single barrel, every one is going to taste just a little different. It's a perfect example of all these three right here.
And you said these are in oak barrels?
Yeah,
So am I supposed to be having like some oaky taste?
all bourbon typically has an oak taste. Yeah.
Okay, I tasted something I was supposed to taste. Some oaky taste.
Yeah.
So how'd you compare this to the last time we did it, Jefferson?
How many more tastes do we have to do again?
3 more
Oh boy.
and a little bit of beer.
Maybe one of those nights. Yep. Knew I should have not drank the whole day.
So what's your overall impression of that first one?
Well, my only comparison point is Jefferson, so I'm trying to figure out my brain if it's better, worse, different, same.
So in my opinion, there's no bad bourbon. I mean, bourbon, it all depends on individual what your taste is. So if this New Riff is probably it's a little bit stronger on the proof than Jefferson's is, so it's going to be probably a little hotter going down. New Riff is going to be not New Riff. Jefferson's going to be a little smoother.
Well, I don't want to skip the generic like it was good, but like it's pretty good stuff you got on your liquor rack here. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice. I tasted oak. I searched for the taste of cherry. I think I found it. And then what was the third thing I said? Oh yeah, vanilla.
Right. So the next one we're gonna taste is another barrel pick from Doghouse Bar and Grill.
Also Doghouse.
Yep. This is also a single barrel, but this was bottled in 2017. This one was bottled in 2018. So they are different barrels, so they have a slightly unique flavor to them.
And that's the one we just had on the right, or the audience's left.
Correct. This one, yeah.
Okay.
So we're done with this one.
Cool.
Yeah, Vanna, calm down.
Oh, I'm gonna Vanna it.
That one's over. I'm not talking about
No, but I want to show them the little dog thing.
It's out of the game.
What's the dog thing? There's a cool little dog thing on here. Where is it? Yeah, that.
Yeah, show 'em.
Okay.
Little Vanna.
Getting a little bit close in here. There's a little doggy for the doghouse.
That's good.
There you go. There you go. Vanna's done with that one.
Oh, yeah.
The price was wrong.
All right.
Okay, on to the next one.
Number 2.
Number 2.
So when we get done with all these, we're gonna rank these as well. So
Okay.
we're gonna say 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4. What you like best?
Here, let me ask you a stupid question. If I got this wrong last time. Since we already did one tasting, when we do this one, do we have to do the Kentucky Chew again or no?
You're only supposed to do the Kentucky Chew once because it coats your tongue, and then it as long as you continue drinking bourbon, you only do
It's
it
like only once a
with the
night.
very first sip.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Don't want to chew when you don't have to chew.
All right.
So, Nick, how you feeling over there?
I'm feeling like $100.
All right.
$100. All right.
I only ask him that because he's my limo driver home.
Ask me again after this one. I'll feel like $1,000.
All right. So second one.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, we smell here.
Walk and chew bubble gum.
Yeah, we smell here, guys.
So this one, it's definitely a little different on the nose a little bit. It's a little brighter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just trying to open
God,
everything up.
You're not supposed to snort it. Jeez.
Just trying to open everything up.
Okay. Christ.
I'm smelling some alcohol fumes that have got lodged deep in my brain.
You might be a little high right now, but it's okay.
But I remember to open everything up. Oh my god, it smells good.
So a little brighter on the smell to me than this. It's
Do a little oak there, a little oaky.
a little bit.
Oaky.
Supposed to get some. So also the cool thing about if you want to do one more Vanilla White,
For some reason, I got a little
Wanna show this
fruity in
later?
there.
Oh yeah.
the cool thing about these single barrels also is it gives you a what you're supposed to be smelling and what you're supposed to be tasting on this. So
I taste those.
as you can see on the screen there, it tells you
Yeah.
exactly
Zoomed in.
what you're supposed to be tasting and what you're supposed to be smelling.
You're gonna have to pause this and
yeah.
reverse it.
So
Coming out backwards.
they can read it.
Excuse you.
So according to this, you're supposed to get supposed to be bright citrus forward, rye spice, warm toffee, mixed berry,
That's a
sweetness, and marzipan.
Okay, citrus forward. I thought maybe there was some citrus in there, but I didn't want to like say it was citrus and you guys think I was a dum dum or something.
Does anybody know what marzipan is?
I don't.
It's a word I'm not familiar with.
Okay, well,
Is this like a cake or something?
it's gonna be a question at the end of the fucking podcast.
I'm not gonna remember by then.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
marzipan.
Cheers.
Ziggy zaggy ziggy zaggy. Oi oi oi.
Cheers. So to me, that one is a lot easier going down
Yeah,
than the
that's-
first
Oh,
one.
it really is. Wow, there's a
Yeah.
big difference.
Yeah, you drank a whole lot. You did good.
Yeah, that one. This first one we did is a little more rye forward, I guess, going down because rye is typically a little hotter going down. This one is very smooth going down, really no burn at all.
Yeah, I was feeling the burn on the first one, and I'm
Yeah.
amazed by the difference. I thought they were going to be identical. It's like they look almost the same.
They're both single barrels, both from the same distillery,
Wow.
but they're both very different.
Yeah, this one was like, would you say smoother going down, or like you say less hot?
Definitely less hot, and I think a lot of people associate rye bourbon with the hotness going down
Uh-huh.
because rye spice is a little hotter.
Right.
So
It's
So-
a little oaky. I think it's a little oaky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say earlier, before you guys told me the cheat code, it's like I thought it kind of smelled like lemon.
Oh.
That one's good. I really like that one. So far, this is my favorite.
Okay, so far.
So far, so good.
We're not rating right now, but we are rating later.
Keep in mind what your favorites are, because we'll each rank what our favorites are at the
Oh,
end.
we're ranking on a scale of 5 or 10.
Just 1 through 4.
1 through 4.
What
Yeah.
your favorite? Like, this is my favorite, second favorite, third
Oh,
favorite.
so I can't do like
Yeah.
3, 3, 3, 3.
I mean, you can.
Stars.
That's not good rating
I
stars.
guess you can do whatever you want.
I mean, you can do what you want.
Well, I could do a rating of 1 to
Nick, you
57.
can, Vanna, you can do anything you want, Vanna White.
I think I'm done vanning.
All right,
No,
so third bottle of New Riff Single Barrel is from Wetzel's in downtown Willoughby.
Woo woo.
This is also bottled in 2018. This one is going to be very different than these two.
Is that one bottle and bond?
It is. They're all bottled and bound because
Okay.
New Riff bottles and bottled. That's the only way they
Just
bottle.
a
That's the
little
only
shout
one.
out to Wetzel's. Shout out Wetzel's. They make great old fashions, by the way.
They
So
do.
you'll know.
They do make great old fashions.
Just want to say they make them.
Nice and old.
Oh, they make them.
And they have a great party room on speakeasy on the side too. Where you
Yes,
can
they do,
parties.
and we'll find out in a couple weeks.
We will
Yes, we will.
for a
Yeah.
birthday party.
You just got to pull the correct book.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't read, just guess.
I've had this one before. From what I remember about this one, this first one we tasted was spicy. This one's going to be even more spicy.
Is that the one you brought to the beach party there? The one time we had a beach party a couple weeks ago.
No, it was the newest one. It was this one right. It was the
Alright.
first one.
Okay.
Oh, weren't you supposed to ask me how I'm feeling?
How you feeling?
$1,000.
$1,000.
How you feeling after this one? Let me know.
$1,000,000.
As long as you can Uber me home, it's all that matters to me.
I can Uber us both falling asleep in the back seat.
That's cool. Oh, it's my glass. Oh shit.
So this one, again. So what we're supposed to get out of this? Well, let's smell it first.
Let's
and-
do it. We're not gonna
Yeah,
tell you
don't
cheat
give us the
codes.
cheat codes yet.
Yep.
Up, down, left, right. ABC.
Oh, this one is a little gonna be a little smoother, I think. I'm just taking a guess.
Oh, God, I keep on forgetting how to smell.
Open your mouth and sniff.
I can tell by the smell of this. This one's going to be more spicier
Yeah.
My eyes supposed to be watering.
Spices.
than just for same thing with this one we just had. This one was a lot more.
This one has a little cinnamon in it, I think.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah,
think I sniff
some
cinnamon,
spice and some heat.
some heat.
So what's the proof on it? This one is 108 proof, 103 proof, and 112 proof.
Oh, that was a big boy.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be medium? Mama Bear?
We'll find out.
All right, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys.
Ting, 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 ting.
Ting.
To beautiful friendships.
Oh yeah.
So a lot like peppery going down almost.
Yes.
I still feel like it didn't come in as hot as the first one.
That seems a little spicier to me now. I mean, a little.
Oh yeah, okay.
You get a little bit of aftertaste of pepper, I think.
Yeah, peppery.
Yeah.
Peppery, okay.
You feel it on your tongue after you taste it.
Oh yeah, that's a little. That's yeah.
It's just kind of like.
But-
oaky pepper.
What's interesting to me is like what we just talked about. All three of these are single barrel New Riff, but they all taste very different.
I mean, they're in like pretty much identical bottles.
Yeah.
These two are like the biggest difference, I think.
Yeah.
This one almost kind of was like almost in the middle. Would you agree?
I would agree.
It tastes a little nutmeg in that one too. I think.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of. Nutmeg.
Yeah.
You guys said pepper. I was trying to think of the word nutmeg, but all I was
Nutmeg,
thinking
yeah.
was like nut.
Yeah.
Nut what?
Well, you know all about the nut.
I get a
Cause-
ton of pepper in that.
Nuts or butts.
No, your eyes are free.
So, what you're supposed to get out of this is aroma is supposed to be apple and caramel.
Okay.
Flavor sweet,
Ooh.
sweet rye forward. Finish is supposed to be peppery.
Right.
Peppery.
So I was okay with. I was said it was going to be a little smoother going down because it was the.
So are you talking about like black ground pepper? Did I
No
say
pepper,
peppery?
like pepper, like like
Yeah.
Yeah.
pepper, yeah.
Not like
Not cayenne.
jalapeno or something.
No, black pepper.
Like black
Yeah.
pepper, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got like a little bit that nutmeg, or maybe we're just doing a mind meld.
So, out of these ones right here, which one would you like to?
He's already going for the number 2.
So, which one out of these ones right here would you pick as your one you wouldn't want to? Like, which one's number 1 in your book? You think?
Probably the middle one.
Are we ready?
Okay.
Ready? We haven't done this one yet.
No, hold on. Out of these ones right here, I just want
I
to
would
see
probably
what's
go 1, 2, and then 3.
You want mine, or are you gonna go now?
I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Okay, so I go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So we all pick something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of us are pros except for you, so none of our opinions
I'm
might
not
count.
pro either.
Well, I mean, you're the one that's got a couple of bottles back here.
All right. So
All
we're
right.
done. Those are the single barrels.
Oh no!
If you ever have a chance to pick up a new Riff single barrel, pick it up and try it, and then you see one again. If you want to try the different notes on them, pick up another one because they're all going to taste a little different.
What's one of these go for, and how can you find it?
So if you live in Ohio, northern Kentucky, in Kentucky, you're going to be very easy. They're very easy to find. I think they're about $60, $70 a bottle. I think.
Now you said you had to go to like a bar or a liquor store that does like a special thing.
The personal picks.
Yeah. Okay.
But they all have regular single barrels. They
They have
just
regular ones as well.
they just won't be single. They just won't be specific for a barrel.
And so, like, what's the difference there between like the regular one, like these special ones that you can get? Again, like
just
totally
out of
different. Like
just
the
out,
difference
just
between
out of
these
a
two?
different barrel.
Mm.
That's it.
Okay.
And it doesn't have the logo bar on the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But it's
it.
still gonna like taste like pretty much delicious and awesome, and gonna clear your sinuses. But it's not gonna have like the logo and like the really special notes that we talked about.
It'll still have the notes.
Yeah.
It just won't have the restaurant logo.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Now when we go here, this this bottle looks completely different.
Yes.
So this, I was at a bachelor party last week, not last week, last month, and we stopped at New Riff Distillery. This was a new release. It's called Single Grove High Rye Bourbon Whiskey. This is a bottled in bond as well, bottled at barrel proof. Is full cast strength. It is a strong bourbon. It's 113 proof, aged 4 years. Very delicious. You can only get it at the distillery.
Here, let me ask you a silly question, and tell me if you already said this, but how long were these ones aged?
4 years.
4 years, all 4 exactly the same?
Yep. New Riff does everything at 4 years.
Ah, okay.
Unless they do something different.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do have 6-year ones out there.
Gotcha.
But mostly it's all 4 years.
And so this proof kind of lines up like right in the middle of the range of those 3?
So this is 113 proof. This
Yeah.
is going to be similar in proof to what that first one.
Oh,
This is gonna
first
be-
one.
Yeah, this is going to be the highest proof one we've tasted.
Okay, so this is the high octane stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The mash bill, it does have the mash bill on the back. It's 65% corn, 30% malted rye, and 5% malted barley.
Okay.
So
I want you to explain that to me, but I'm sure that's way too long we've already been doing this for a little while, so maybe we'll save that for next time.
there's a lot of distilleries that won't release their mash bill.
Ah, okay.
Buffalo Trace will not release their mash bill
Ugh,
because
man.
that's a whole nother story.
Well, they don't want you to know what percent Buffalo's in there.
We're not going to go into Buffalo Trace
Because Buffalo's in Canada.
I don't like Buffalo Trace. But that's my opinion. You know, that's
Sorry,
my
that
opinion.
was just a joke that I
Everybody has opinions.
You know
I had
Buffalo
for my
Trace?
I just think they're
Oh.
too Disneyland like.
Oh, commercialized.
Yes. And I can't stand that you can't find their bourbons anywhere. But that's
Okay.
we're not talking about Buffalo Trace. We're talking about New Riff.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. So what's another episode?
Where's that microphone? Strike that from the record.
All right. So Silver Grove, New Riff Distillery.
Oh, I forgot to spin mine last time.
Oh, this is a little maple. Maple. You
I do
smell
smell some
a little
maple in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I
a little
forgot how to
maple.
smell again. God, I forgot how to smell a second time. All right, leave me behind. Just leave me here.
It's like open your mouth and
I can't do it.
open
You
your
don't have
mouth.
to open your mouth crazy, just subtly.
Just a little bit, like a little spice. Do you smell a little spice? I do a little spice. Man, it's just me. Maple, definitely maple. Maple, like a sweet maple.
Okay, I finally learned how to smell. I do smell the maple.
Yeah, it does smell very sweet. It smells very maple-like.
Maple
It
syrup.
smells, like I said, it is a high rye, so you're gonna get notes of rye in there as well.
All right, let's do a little taste.
So you get that kicker going down a little bit.
Yeah, a little warm.
Yeah.
A little
I
warm
don't know,
going
I still
down.
think it wasn't as warm as the first one.
Oh no, the first one was a little warm.
Or maybe I was just warming up.
This is
with
a little
tasting the
smooth.
bourbon.
This is smooth going down. I think that's how I feel. It's a little smoother than the first one. This one.
And it's higher proof.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
higher proof by 1%.
I don't know. Am I way off? I feel like the first one was like, wasn't scorching yet, but it was like,
Yeah,
this
that-
one seems like
this
it's like
burned a little
hard.
bit.
Also keep in mind, the more you drink,
Yeah,
the easier.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because like you're right, we were doing the Kentucky Chew, we were coating the mouth, and we were getting warmed up to the drink.
Yeah.
Because this one seems like delightful and not harsh at all. But first one, I was. So I just wasn't warmed up. But yeah, this is great.
So this one I tasted at the distillery, and I thought it was really great. I had to go buy a bottle. If it ever comes in the store, I definitely suggest picking one up. But like I said, right now, it is a 2023 limited edition, so I believe once it's gone, it's probably going to be gone unless they decide to keep it. I don't know. That's of course up to New Riff. But one thing I did want to mention about New Riff is they have a bottle program that you can join on their website. It's almost like a fan club where if you join, you could sign up for and you can get first dibs at their new bottles coming out. So when they release new bottles, you can buy it online, but the only catch is you have to drive to the distillery to pick it up.
You can't just pick it up at a local liquor store.
No, you have to go to the distillery and get it.
But there's some distributors that will do that, right?
Yes, but New Riff will not. You
So
have
they're
to
kind of a little bit out in the ordinary.
You have to go there and get it.
Respect.
But it's free to sign up for the fan club, but you get first dibs at new bottles that are coming out.
So you're not going to find this at any local liquor stores. You're not going to go to the Taj Mahal across the street and find it.
Correct. Yeah. So that is Silver Grove.
Silver Grove, you'll never be silver on my podium.
All right, those are our 4 bourbons for New Riff Distillery.
All right, so we're gonna do it again.
What are your rankings?
We're drinking them all
Okay.
again?
No, what's your
Okay.
rankings now?
Well, this one made it hard.
Okay, so I'm gonna change my decision. I'm gonna go. This one's number 1.
You like the Silver Grove best?
Yes, it's a little smoother going down,
Okay.
and I like the maple taste in the beginning.
Yeah.
I did get the
I'm
maple,
gonna go
yeah.
this one right here, because I like a little potency, like a little kick in
You
there.
chose the 2 with the highest proof, huh?
I do, because I like a little kick in when I'm doing this bourbon thing. I like a little kick in it.
You like the flavor forward.
Yeah, like the get you right in the beginning.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go this one and then this one.
Dude, you literally went in order of proof.
Hey, that's what he likes.
That's what
Yeah.
I like. I mean, that's what I do. So
Actually, my favorite is probably the Silver Grove as well.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I just
That's
like.
probably my favorite.
My only thing is I like flavor, and this one right here has the flavor.
Man, maybe
It has the kick and it has the flavor all at one time.
we're
So.
like opposites that are trying to attract here because this one's my favorite.
Okay.
one?
Yeah,
Hey.
it was like the smoothest, the nicest.
Okay.
And I would say this one's number 2 though. This one's really
Okay.
nice.
That's
So
okay.
I would go 1, 2. Mama Bear, the middle one is 3. And that one would be 4, but still a good 4.
That's good. Hey, you all got different palates.
I would go the
right?
same way. I would go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. There you
I
go.
think myself as well.
Very cool. Now this selection versus what we did last time with Jefferson overall. Which one of you prefer? You think?
I love New Riff. I think New Riff I think they're doing great things. I love that it's all bottled in bond.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they do a ton of single barrels. You go there. You could in their store they actually have 5 or 6 different single barrels that you could pick from, and they're all different tasting notes. I think their distillery is modern. It's really nice. They put a lot of money into it. So all in all, I would have to say I would pick New Riff over Jefferson's.
Wow.
Wow.
But I do like Jefferson's. I went to that distillery as well during the bachelor party, and I was very impressed by Jefferson's because before that I didn't have a high thinking of Jefferson's. But
Well, you haven't been there, having getting all the information, all the the ambiance and the selection.
if you can get your hands on a Jefferson single barrel, it's really good stuff.
Are you a Jefferson Ocean guy, or are you?
I do like Jefferson's Ocean. If I think it's a little bit of media behind it, a little bit
of a marketing ploy, a little
bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For the price, I think you can get a better bourbon. But
Okay. I'm just asking
That's my
questions
opinion.
because
See, I feel like I'm learning from your stories, like having not been at the actual location. So I was really engrossed with all the stuff you're talking about Jefferson's. Like I thought, like that was like cooler backstory and everything. Whereas, the tasting, obviously, I think they both taste great. I might have like swayed towards Jefferson slightly, just because like the backstory was like, turning my brain onto different things and thinking about different things, and made my taste buds work.
yeah, if you went to New Riff Distillery, I think it would. It's a completely different experience than Jefferson's.
Mhm.
Completely.
Can you tell people where New Riff Distillery is at, or
Newport, Kentucky,
that's right? You said that
Right across the border.
right
Sorry.
across the border from Cincinnati.
Must have been easy sneaking over in Prohibition times. Would you like to do the honors?
Yep. All right, so we're gonna turn to our Ohio Spotlight. We're gonna turn to Ohio Spotlight. We're done with the bourbon this time.
Do you want to put these somewhere to go? You want to put them where to go?
You can just throw them over off the side.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
We're at the ales part of the bourbon and ales program.
You want to grab 3? We'll do these out of the red solo.
These
cups.
ones? Oh, red solo cups?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, because we can do that.
No green solo cups?
All right, we're very fancy here. We do red solo cups for
Red solo
beer.
cups. I lift you up. Let's have a party.
Speaking of red solo cup and that song,
Oh.
thoughts out to Toby Keith, who has stomach cancer. If anybody didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that.
So he
I'm like, thank you so much for that.
However, he did just perform live, so
Yes,
it looks
he
like
did.
he's doing pretty
Tough
well.
cookie. You want to do it or do you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
Alrighty.
So our Ohio Spotlight for today is Thirsty Dog Brewery. They are a brewery out of Akron. They were established in 1997. They are kind of a trendy brewery. They do a lot of. They have some. They have a old what is it? Old Leg Humper Porter, Labrador Lager. They do a lot of seasonal things. They do what is it? 13 Dogs of Christmas, I think.
12 dogs.
12 dogs.
There's one extra.
Okay.
Yep, don't forget about the Siberian Night in the Cerberus.
Yep. They do Barktoberfest for their Oktoberfest.
And what's
beer.
that one that comes in the gold wrapping?
Is that a barrel aged one? Because they do barrel aged.
Remember that one you brought to my house there, like a couple years ago when your dad had it?
Man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
That wasn't Cerberus, the three-headed dog?
Oh, was it?
So-
I
Okay.
think so.
Was Thirsty Dog? I think Thirsty Dog. The story behind the way they got their brewmaster was he came from Great Lakes Brewery.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he outreached to his own self, and he did his own.
Yeah, because if you're familiar with Great Lakes Brewery, they do Christmas Ale, which is very popular in this area.
Every
Extremely
year.
popular. So the master, or not the brewmaster, left Great Lakes Distillery to start his own brewery, which was Thirsty Dog Brewery. Out came 12 Dogs of Christmas.
And I don't.
Yeah, as the story goes, the 12 Dogs of Christmas is the original recipe for Christmas Ale.
Yeah.
Because Christmas Ale, they started with that. Christmas Ale, they changed the recipe every year a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas at Thirsty Dog, 12 Dogs of Christmas, they've kept the recipe exactly the same.
Yes.
So that's the original
And
Christmas Ale.
I do not care for Christmas Ale whatsoever.
It changes every year.
Yes,
That's for sure.
That's probably
Try it
why.
again next year.
Yep.
But I will drink it if it's in the cup. I will drink it, but I will not
So
prefer it.
So again, just my point behind these Ohio spotlights is just to bring some
Yes.
Ohio beers or whatever to the spotlight,
Yes.
and just talk about all about Ohio stuff because we're from Cleveland, Ohio, and this is like to talk all things Cleveland and
Yep.
Akron and
But actually, this beer hits a little bit close to home for me because I actually worked at the Thirsty Dog Brewery for a
Excellent.
period of my time. I was never made it up to master brewer. I was on the bottling line. I got to see how the sausage got made a little bit.
so they have So you worked at the brewery?
Yes, I did.
So kind of talk about a little bit what they have at the brewery.
Yeah, so the brewery, everything that I was aware of was made on premise. They actually did do some contract brewing for a different brewery at that time, which was a while ago. But they had like, they had everything there. They had they started out with just the base ingredients, the hops, barley, malt. They had it in like these big refrigerated areas, and they took that and they went through every single step of the process. Ended up with the beer in giant bright tanks, filled with thousands of gallons of beer, and then it came through to my area where we were bottling. We had a bottling machine, and if the part that was kind of nice when I was there, if the machine filled the bottle a little bit too low, that was called a low fill. That one you could take home with you. So I was taking home a pretty decent amount of beer.
Yeah, that sounds like a win-win to me.
Actually, way too much beer for me to drink personally. I was giving it away as fast as possible.
All right, so let's do a little taste.
So I think Thirsty Dog. I think I went there with my wife one time. I think they do something called where they I can't remember the name of it, but they actually put beer in a big like urn thing, and then they
firkin or a pin.
That's it, firkin. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I had to do some of those at one point.
So they'll put beer in there, and then they'll put this is just one example. They'll put a little cylinder of fresh jalapenos in there.
That's exactly what I was doing actually.
Yeah.
I was doing jalapenos. I was doing strawberries. I was doing coffee.
Yeah.
That was the fun part of the job.
Yeah.
Missed it a little bit.
So.
All right, here we go.
And this is a good one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is the orange.
Blood orange.
Blood orange.
Blood orange IPA.
And I
Bloodhound orange IPA.
And I love blood orange beers.
Blood orange is pretty good.
Let's do
So
it.
is this a beer that you can get all around? I think all around.
This one's pretty new, but I think you can get it in most places. We gotta get up to the corner.
It's so good. So tasty.
Gosh, that's good. Everybody's going crazy for these ciders and like these White Claws and like these High Noons and all stuff like this. Well, you can still have a really good tasty beer, and you get the blood orange in it, and it gets that really nice sweetness to it, but it's still a beer.
But I think, you want to get a nice hoppy beer, and you like the orange citrus effect.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good way to get it. And you want to get a Blue Moon. You want to get a little hoppier in a Blue Moon. You should get the blood orange. Because you get the citrus effect, and you also get a little more content, and you get
They do give you that little extra, don't they?
a little oomph.
Yeah.
I think this is like a little bit, actually significantly different than a Blue Moon.
Right, it's a little more.
A little more orange forward.
Yeah.
A little more.
Yeah, that blood orange.
So
That's
if you
this-
like,
this is an IPA,
I think
so-
if you like IPAs, you like the Blue Moon. Obviously, you like the Blue Moon because people like the little orangey citrus.
Well,
citrus.
Blue Moon is very marketable.
Yeah,
Blue Moon is also owned by a gigantic corporation, whereas
Correct.
yeah. But if you like the citrus
yeah.
and you want a little more oomph, this is the way to go. Blood orange is always has that extra kick in it.
This is a great one, but if you want to go for the Blue Moon, you're looking for something exactly like that, try Shock Top. It's not owned by a giant corporation.
Shock Top. Shock Top is also it's a good beer. You're also going to put the little orange in there, but if you don't want to put the orange in your beer, bam, blood orange.
Don't try putting blood in this beer.
Yeah, because it's a little weird.
Real quick while we finish up.
Okay.
Announcements.
Nick, myself, don't forget to follow if you like. If you like,
and subscribe.
If you like it, subscribe. I only have 3 videos currently. This is the 3rd one. Hopefully we'll get on a regular schedule. The problem is my buddies come over and we tend to drink and then forget to record. so
I just like to say thank you for inviting me to the podcast.
Yeah, no problem.
And hope I can go down many more of these.
So this is Bourbons and Ales CLE. Hit that subscribe button if you want to follow me, and I try to do some things on my own, but it is a little easier to do it with friends, and it's more fun to do it with friends. So
I get by with a little help from my friends.
yeah.
There you go.
And
Ting, 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 ting.
Ting, ting.
Nick over here also has his own podcast.
You want to talk about your podcast?
Okay. Auntie and Uncle, hide your ears. I have another podcast that's just basically talking about random kind of stuff, whatever floats into our brains for about 20 to 60 minutes. It's uncensored. We say potty words sometimes, but it's called John Wilkes Boofin'.
And we actually did a little bit of a pre-show to this on there.
Pre-show behind the scenes. We just went live before this one.
And what else do you do?
Oh yeah, I also have the finance and economics website up and running. That one I'm going to be getting into a little bit more here with these crazy economic times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one is Market Fund 2K.
So if you want a little bit of advice as far as that goes, follow there.
All right.
Well, and cheers again to finishing our beer, enjoying it, having good times with friends.
And make sure, do not drink and drive.
Yes, be safe.
Cheers
safe.
again to you, my friend. Time to be done.
Deuces.
Deuces.